Our first tipping point tonight, how can anybody defend abortion after watching this new bombshell video from the Center for Medical Progress? In this video, abortionists discuss how sharp babies' skulls are after the skulls are broken. They laugh at the grisly story of one abortionist who claims one time a baby eyeball just fell into her lap. It's like the scene from a horror movie. YouTube censored this video. They removed this video from their website last night after a judge in California threatened David Daleiden, the man who filmed the video, with contempt charges, accusing him of violating a court order gagging him from releasing the tape. Now, liberals are too cowardly to allow you to see the truth, so we will. This isn't easy to watch, but here's the video.
The fetus is a tough little object, and taking it apart on day one is very difficult. But
oh my God, I get it. When the skull is broken, that's really sharp. I get it. I understand why people are talking about getting that skull out, that hell area.
Sometimes she'll tell me she wants brain, and we'll, leave the calvarium until last and try to basically take it, or actually, catch everything and even keep it separate from the rest of the tissue so it doesn't get lost.
An eyeball just fell down into my lap, and that is gross.
But we certainly do intact babies, so.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm doing a procedure and I'm seeing that I'm in fear that it's about to come to the umbilicus, I might ask for a second set of forceps, hold the body at the cervix and pull off the leg.
Oh, so you're gonna, okay.
So it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
See,
Given that we actually see the fetus the same way, and given that we might actually both agree that there's violence in here, ask me why I come to work every day. Let's just give them all the violence that the person is killing. Let's just give them all that.
that kind of
You go in
surgery.
there and you go, am I getting the uterus or the fetus? Oh, good, fetus. What have I got? Nothing. Let's try again.
Joining me now from Concerned Women for America, Janae Stracke. Janae, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Liz. Always happy to be here.
Janae, this video, it's so awful. It's so difficult to watch. There isn't even graphic footage, but just the casual manner in which these abortionists talk about these grisly issues, it's so disgusting to me. But I think there are several. The language
is graphic. Yeah.
Right, exactly. The language is graphic, but there's so many issues within this video. There's of course the legal issue of, are they selling baby parts, harvested body parts, for profit? But putting that aside for a moment, how can anyone, pro-life or pro-choice or pro-abortion, however you want to identify, how can you watch this video and then defend the practice of abortion?
That's such a great question, Liz, and I've had that conversation with several people over the last couple years when these videos first came out in 2015 to defend this. I mean, we're at a point in our country with science, with the evidence that we're seeing, we know that these are babies. That's not a part of the argument anymore. Anyone who is fighting for abortion now is really just fighting, is it okay to kill a baby or is it not okay? And the fact that we're having that conversation is sad and disgusting, but it's where we're at. And really the question of it being a child, science is beyond that. We have sonograms, we have the pictures, we have the proof, and then you have these doctors or abortionists who are calling themselves doctors, but they're not doing care. Planned Parenthood's motto, care no matter what, we're finding what we've known for years to be true is really just abortion no matter what.
Right.
And how someone can argue for it, I'm not sure.
Right, and I mean, taking it even one step further, it's not just Planned Parenthood with their motto of care no matter what. It's the narrative from the left, from the pro-abortion activists that say abortion and Planned Parenthood, this is an issue of women's health. This is women's health care that we're talking about. You hear that from Democrats, and then in this video, we hear that abortionist saying, and one time a baby's eyeball fell into my lap. There is absolutely no logical way that I can possibly create inside my mind where those two things can be compatible.
Absolutely not. It's sad. We have created a culture of death in our society, and there are people fighting for it, but there's this news. I mean, thank you for reporting on this, because a lot of media is not reporting on it. And that's a big problem because they're not doing their jobs, and the American people can choose to turn a blind eye, but for the media to not do their jobs, it's wrong. So thank you, Liz. Thank you, One America News, for reporting on this, because it needs to get out there. President Trump was mocked in the third presidential debate when he described partial birth abortion, and people said, that doesn't happen, that's not really true, that's graphic, you're making it sound worse than it is. But we have proof here. It is happening. it's worse than even what he described. And we have to wake up, America. We have to let our voice be heard. And even if you consider yourself pro-life, we have to do something about it. Let's put an end to this. Let's change this culture of death that we've created. Call your senators, call your congressmen, talk to your friends and family and your neighbors about this, because it is a problem.
Right, and the thing is, regardless of how you identify, pro-life or pro-abortion, there actually is consensus in our nation about the issue of late-term abortion, these abortions that they're talking about. 80% of Americans, whether you're pro-life again or pro-abortion, think that late-term abortion should be illegal. They think it's morally wrong. 80%, that's 8 out of 10 people in America believe that. Let's get together and actually pass some legislation on something that the majority of us agree on for once. This is that issue.
Absolutely.
But Janae, let me go back to what you said. I mean, when you were talking about partial birth abortion, it's a very grisly procedure here. But one of the abortionists in this video was talking about changing the position, I guess, of the unborn baby when she knew that the harvesters, I guess STEM Express in this example, the people who purchase the parts for what they call medical research, she was saying when she knows that it's a head that they want, a skull, she positions the unborn baby differently so that she doesn't crush the skull or damage the skull. Isn't that, Janae, from a legal standpoint, I guess morals and ethics aside for a moment, from a legal standpoint, isn't it illegal to alter the procedure of abortion in order to harvest the parts?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you also hear her talking about needing an extra set of forceps to hold the body so that they can keep the head. I mean, it's gory and gruesome, and you're absolutely right. Morals and ethics aside, no matter where you fall on this, it is illegal, and it is happening. And you hear them talking about revenue. We can increase our revenues through this. We know it's about the money. Now we hear them saying that, admitting that it's about the money. And in the video, she said, let's give them the death and the violence. And, we know this is gory and yucky. We know we're killing. We know they're babies. So let's get beyond that. And we're saying, no, we can't get beyond that. It's not okay. It is illegal. It is murder. And we cannot stand for this.
Right.
We have to raise our voice to this injustice, because millions of babies are being killed on a daily basis.
Right. And I mean, I'm not even an attorney here. I'm not even an attorney here, and I can tell you that there are two obvious ways that they're breaking the law. That, first of all, that they're adjusting the abortion procedure in order to harvest parts. That's illegal in and of itself. It's also illegal if they're trying to sell this access to these baby body parts for profit. That's illegal. You're not allowed to buy or sell fetal body parts. Everybody knows that, apparently, except for Planned Parenthood, or else they just don't care. Janae, thanks for coming on the show. I know this isn't an easy topic to talk about, but we have to talk about it because you're absolutely right. The mainstream networks, they only report, that YouTube censored this or that the court issued that stay. They're going to hold David Daleiden in contempt because they issued a gag order against him. That's what they report on, but they don't report the truth. They don't report the truth about abortion because they're too worried that every day Americans are going to see the truth and say, no, we can't have that in our nation anymore. It's barbaric. It's killing. Janae, thanks for being here.